Ow, not the jab. Not the jab.
It's a clip from the Christmas drama, The Family Stone. And while Hollywood exaggerates the holiday experience, sometimes a day meant for food, family, and friends can get a little crazy. In his new book, The Emotional Marine, author and motivational speaker Eric Rittmeyer helps people become a little more likable through mental toughness. And this morning, he's live with us, sharing some tips on how to deal with some difficult family members. Good to see you this morning. I'm really glad that I never had anything like that in my family over the holidays, but I get it. I mean, it's a stressful time to begin with. You're happy to see everybody, but at the same time, it's very easy for things to get out of control.
It is, especially when some people come there just ramped up, ready to go. You know, they're like, ooh, it's that time, I'm going to go in there and just ruffle somebody's feathers. So if you're not prepared for that, you get thrown in a situation where somebody triggers you and they say something, it can get ugly real quick.
I want to get down to some of the things that you've targeted as some of the top 5 people to adjust to. But overall, how should we be approaching a holiday gathering like this?
You have to be prepared. You know, it's like Marine Corps training. You're prepared for everything. So you have to go in these situations kind of almost in your head, knowing who's going to be there and just trying to get an idea for what are they going to say that's going to upset me, and just be ready for it. So when it does come up, you've already mentally prepared yourself for it.
All right, so a part of your job is to help put out these fires, but as you claim, there are the fire starters out there. So let's talk about a few of them and how we can handle them. One is the political fire starter. Is this knowing who might bring up certain topics or knowing how to diffuse the conversation?
It's a combination. So these are the people they're just looking for a fight. They're coming in there ready to go. Like either you agree with me, you disagree with me. If you disagree, you're the worst person ever. So I'm going to say something that's going to fluster you and kind of poke at you a little bit. If you're not ready for that, they're going to say something. 2 minutes later, you're just going crazy.
Engage with them. Try to just let them get their point across and not let it ruin the holidays. What's the best technique to deal with it?
It's understanding where they're coming from, giving them the chance to talk, hearing them out, and respecting their thoughts, but also agreeing to disagree. And if you get in the situation where there's something that you feel yourself getting upset, exit stage left. Got to go.
It's not just politics either. Parenting is always a big, I guess I don't want to say a problem, but it's a point of contention because you have a lot of the kids around for the holidays too.
You do, and you know these family members, they pull up with the minivan, they got 18,000 stickers on the back, the big one, little kids, little dog, and the goldfish, and you're like, here we go, my child's an honor student. You're like, all right, they're the ones that come in, oh, my kid's got this, what's your kid doing? What about college? Those are the type, you have to be ready for that. So when that comes up, that sounds wonderful, good, congratulations, that's great, that's good.
And just kind of leave it at that, like, good for you and your family. This is really not about that right now.
Exactly, and just know that they're probably, and it's all about the intention, too. If they're intentionally coming in, trying to stir things up, that's different than somebody who unintentionally is just proud of their kids.
All right, sports is something that we like to talk about. Can it become an issue that can ruin the holidays? We know, traditionally, Thanksgiving, you've got the football games on, but I mean, it can go deeper than that.
100%. When I just sat down here, you noticed my purple. You said, oh, Ravens. And I'm a Baltimore guy. I'm a Ravens guy. I'm more a Lamar Jackson guy. I love Lamar Jackson. But it's a Ravens thing, okay? So that can be, for some people, that can be a major hot topic. So they roll in head-to-toe gear, the tattoos with the helmets on their arms. One thing you say wrong that conflicts with something they believe, and they're throwing stuffing at you.
And then this can come down to relationships as well. The people that always want to tell you to do things differently.
Absolutely. It's my way or the highway. If you don't agree with me, you're the worst person ever.
All right, and then finally, to get through your top 5, we call it the Cousin Eddie factor, which refers to another movie, but what do we do with the Cousin Eddie?
You do shouts with Cousin Eddie. I mean, he's the one, he's the guy who keeps it light. And you take, like, the movie, Christmas Vacation, obviously, he's just totally harmless. Everything he does, he's totally oblivious. He has no ill intentions with anything he says. He's just a good, all-around crazy guy who'll do anything for you. He'll kidnap people for you.
So it seems the common denominator between all of these fire starters, whether it be politics, relationships, parenting, sports, is somebody wants to get their point across. It's the holidays. Do we let them just get their point across and kind of ignore them and move on? Do we say, like you said, okay, good for you and your family, congratulations, and let's get to something else? What's the best way to handle it so it really doesn't boil over and ruin Thanksgiving?
It's keeping complete control of your emotions 100% of the time. As humans, we're horrible at controlling emotion. We have to go into these events understanding that things are going to be said that are going to trigger us. We have to know our triggers, and when one of those triggers come up, I have an emotional state of mind. I have to be careful what I'm getting ready to say.
So if we're the ones that are hosting the party and we have our family there, and we can say, look, be prepared for Cousin Eddie, because we know that he's going to be here and this is what's going to happen. But then do we also say, but listen, Eric's invited this year, and he might bring up a few topics that are a little tender. Like, should we prep our family for the guests?
I absolutely do believe you should. Yeah, because that is, if there is somebody that you know is going to be conflicting, like oil and water here, if you know there's going to be potential there, you probably should approach maybe both of them to say, hey, chill out a little bit, Eddie. Can you come over sober this year? I mean, please, come on.
So you personally, you're coming in for this Marine mentality. If you're hosting Thanksgiving, are you laying down the law like this is my house, this is what's going to happen in my house as far as conversations?
Yeah, I'm having waivers signed this year. You got to sign the waiver. That and a drug test. You're not getting in my house.
Right. Well, listen, everybody's got their level that they can. Bottom line is, in the end, it's family. How much do we have to worry about what happens at that particular table or that day carrying over so that we don't have, you know, problems throughout the rest of the year?
Yeah, it's a long-term thing. We have to understand, like, what is the reason? Why am I going to get upset about this? It's a little blip in the screen. Am I going to let this really cause a major problem for the rest of my family? Just suck it up.
All right. Hopefully keep that holiday spirit so you don't look back and say, remember what Eric did at Thanksgiving? Still hold it against him. Thanks for joining us today. Appreciate it. The book is out now if you want to check it out. In the meantime, let's head back up to Maureen. Good morning.
Good morning.